Good morning and welcome to our Facebook Live this morning. It's Monday, the 17th of January. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, and that's in the UK, excuse me, in Northamptonshire. So we're back with the start of another week. Can you believe that? The time is whizzing by yet again. Morning, Catherine. Thank you for joining us this morning. So we had some fun last week with the driving by stamp set. Just trying to find my example that I finished on Friday to show you, because I don't think I photographed it and popped it in the comments. But this was the finished card from Friday, which was using the driving by stamp. This was the card that has the presents on the top, and I mixed it with the Give It a Whirl dies, and so you can spin this and up pops a different coloured car, and you can spin it again and you'll get a different one. This is really just using the dies. This was the only car really that fitted in the gap, and as luck would have it, it just cut the presents off perfectly. I did stamp it on the back to make sure that it was out of sight and no awkward lines. So I was pleased with the finished effect. So you can just spin that round. I stamped and cut out another image on the bottom, and then I just added a white bit on the inside, and then I can make that into a birthday card or just a hello card, whatever I want to when I need to send it. So that was last week, and this week I thought we'd use a new stamp set from the mini catalogue. As you can see, it's called Hello Ladybug, and this is featured on page 20 of the catalogue, which is this one here. And there's some fun designs that you can use it with, and as you can see, it's got a solid ladybird here and a solid stamp that you can fill it in with. So if you don't like colouring in, you can stamp the base ladybug in black and then just add a coloured shell on top. It also has this ladybird here, which has a matching punch for it, and the punch cuts out this outline with the antenna and also this piece here. So I'm not going to use the punch today. I'm just going to do a straightforward card this morning to get us kicked off. So there's fab little examples. This one here doesn't even feature the ladybird, it's just got the little flowers. And then this one here has got this daisy, and this daisy can be punched out with our daisy punch. So I'll be stepping that up a little during the week. Hi Sue, good evening to you, Sue. And yeah, we're just going to have a play with that. So there's no samples on the other side. So this is on page 20, and the stamp set is 17. It's photopolymer, so perfect for beginners and perfect for layering up. And then if you buy it with the punch, it's discounted 10% of both the stamp set and the punch. So if you buy both together, it's £30.50 instead of 34, which I think is a great deal. And there's other things you can do with the punches, which you'll see later on this week. Not my original ideas, these are ones that other demonstrators have come up with already. So this is the stamp set, and what I'm going to do is stamp this ladybird here going across, a bit like one of the samples on the paper. So I'm going to stamp it in black and then use Poppy Parade, nice bright red ink, to layer onto the top. I've got some Poppy Parade card. I might introduce a layer of black, but what I am going to introduce is some patterned paper in black and white. So the whole card will be red, black and white. But I'm going to start off stamping just the ladybird to get us going. So let me move that to one side. So I haven't used any of these stamps, as you can see they're crystal clear. So let's just grab, there's the ladybird and there's her body. So what I'm going to do is layer these up. I could do with a smaller block really. Which I can't see. Oh, there they are. So I hope everybody is well and has had a nice weekend. So this is a B block, a C block and a D block. So I'm going to pop that one on there. Actually, this one will fit on here. Good morning, Scott. Like so. So I'm just going to use those two to start with. And as always, when you have a new photopolymer stamp, you really want to try it out. You need to break any seal that's on there. Often there's a release agent on there. So I always recommend giving it a wipe with a chamois or use your stamp cleaner. And also have a little practice with some ink before you use it on your card. So this is going to be the card that I'm using. It's just a 2-inch strip. I've currently cut it to the same width as a piece of card, but I might cut that down. But I've just got a spare piece here that I'm going to work on. I'm going to grab a mat here. And I've got 2 Memento ink pads because I'm not quite sure how well inked these are. So I'm going to start with this one, and I have added a little bit of ink to the other one. So let's just give this a go. So lots of light tapping. Let's see whether we've got enough ink. It doesn't look like there's enough on there. Well, I'd get away with it, but I'd like it a little bit crisper. And bearing in mind that obviously the more you use the stamp, the better that surface will get. Morning, Lynn. I hope you're well this morning. See if it's any better. Marginally. Just want to wipe this off again. Just want to get rid of that release agent on there. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this one in the red. So I'm going to stamp it separately and then stamp it on top, just so I can see how that's, oh excuse me, how that's going to come together. Now I've chosen Poppy Parade, but you could use real red, you could use cherry cobbler, any of those colours really. So I'm just going to line this up on there. Okay, so that lines up absolutely fine. You can see that. Whoops, Daisy. Like so. You could, of course, colour it in as well if you wanted to. Now, I just want to stamp this ladybird in some standard ink rather than Memento. Okay, all right, so I'm happy with that. That's cute. Oh, well, that's nice to know I'm in the background. There we go. A morning, Jill. Okay, so let's do some stamping. So I've got my line here, so this is the same width as a piece of card, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get 4 on there. I suppose I could measure it. That would be a technical way to do it, wouldn't it? So this is with a bit of a gap in between, that's 5 centimeters, and this is 15, just under. So I could either just start there and work across, or I could start in the middle. I think I'm going to start in the middle and work either side. I would definitely get, because that's the same width, I would definitely get 3 going across. Maybe that's all I need, actually. I might do 1 with 3 and then 1 with as many as I can get in. Let us see. Okay, let me wipe this down. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Weather this morning is glorious. Let's hope that continues again. So it's a sweet little stamp set. Obviously great for children, but I think most people like ladybirds, don't they? Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one. Roughly in the middle, and I've put it closer to the bottom of my card because I didn't know how high to make the card, so I can trim the card down. That's not a problem at all. And again, so I'm just doing it by eye. I'm not measuring it, just hoping I've got that close enough to the middle. Oops. So I will definitely need to refill these ink pads before our coffee and card session with this. So this will be our coffee and card design for Friday in Brackley and Monday next week in Toaster. We're doing the cast today in Toaster, or this afternoon I should say. Okay, there we go. So we've got our 3 happy little ladybirds. There we go. And then we're going to put our coloured shells on top. One just see, I missed a little bit there. So you could, as I say, you could use absolutely any red, really. I mean, some ladybirds have an orange tint, don't they? And you have some ladybirds with like an orange yellow colour, don't you? There we go. So 3 happy little ladybirds in a row. have a look at putting something together. So I've got a Poppy Parade card. So this is an A4 card which I've cut in half and scored. And put my glasses on to find my bone folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down. And again, just doing that by sight. So that is about 3.5 centimetres. Which looks good. Okay, and then I'm going to choose some patterned paper. Now this patterned paper is easily overlooked. It's a stack of 48 sheets of 12 by 12 papers, and it has black and white on one side, and then it has these lovely different patterns on the reverse, sort of nice bright rainbow colours. So we have some hearts, we have spots, we have flowers, we have this bit of floral with misty moonlight. So if I can pop up some of the other colours for you. This one here, rainbow stripes, stripes going straight across, hearts you've seen. Then we have an animal print, stripes and calypso coral, granny apple green, so a complete mix. There's like a damask look here. So it's a really good all-round pack. And the reason why you might have not seen it is because it's a host pack. So if you host a party or place an order of more than £150, you can choose this as a free item. Let me turn over the other sides. And on the other side, as you can see, they're all black and white. So we have this harlequin pattern, we have a gingham, crisscross, dots, tiny little dots. And then we have like it's almost like tyre tracks, black spots with white, and then we have flowers, and then geometric design. So loads in there. So I'm thinking I rather like this. And it's called a Patterned Party Designer Series paper, and it's in the Annual Catalogue. So I'm thinking this would be quite a nice contrast with the black and the white, and then add a little sentiment, maybe as a little label or something. So I think I'm just going to, I could cut that to size. I might do 2 different pieces actually, so let's cut it to size and then decide. So I'm going to cut this 10 centimetres. I'm sorry, this is off your screen a little bit. But I'm going to do the full width. So it goes right the way across there like that, with our little ladybirds marching across. But I think what I'm going to do is pick another pattern and have that other pattern maybe underneath. So me just... I wonder what this would look like. There's a bit too much going on there. Let me just try the gingham. You've got to love a bit of gingham, haven't you? Okay, let's try it and see. I'm not 100% convinced at this moment in time, but I'm going to cut it and see. So I'm going to cut this to 10 centimetres again. Doesn't matter which way you cut this because it starts as a square anyway. By the full width. Go. So what I think, oh, I could. What I'm thinking is cutting this across, and then switching the patterns over, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I can stick it back together underneath my ladybirds. So let's give it a go. So okay, so let's just have a little experiment with this then. So I'd have this on top. With the, oh yes, with a bit of spotty. This one. Like so. That way round. Or we could reverse that. Like so. I'm not convinced. One thing I'm going to look at then is, let's try the white spotted. No, I think it's too much white. Okay. What do you think? A bit of gingham or all the black? And if I split it, which way? That sort of works, doesn't it? It's almost like a night sky. And I've got another piece of the backs of these are lovely. But if you like black and white, it's perfect. Mixed papers, not all blacks. Says Lynn. That's sort of feeling like a fairly good balance. Let me just bring it up to the camera because of course you're a bit further away, aren't you? Like so. That sort of works, doesn't it? And then I'm going to have a little slip with a sentiment. So we've got, my friend, may your greatest wish come true. You can bug me anytime. Hello, it's a good day. quite like the little hello. Let's have a look. Go. And not sure whether to do black or red, so might do one of each. Dots at the top and gingham at the bottom. I think so too. Oh. That wasn't particularly straight. What I was trying to do is do it quite high. Let's have a look. And see. So I've got like that. Or hello in red, possibly. Gosh, too many decisions for a Monday. Oh, bless you, Sylvia. Good morning to you. I hope you had a nice weekend, Sylvia. Let's see if the red is a bit nicer. Okay, right, let's put these layers down first. And my usual trick is to put those both together and put tape on the back rather than trying to place two pieces. Let me just see if I've got some tape. I've got some brown tape, that will do. Doesn't really matter what it is. So by doing it this way, you're only putting one piece onto your card, so there's less room for things to go wonky. Like so. So I could make this a border all the way around. Perhaps I quite like that to show a bit more of the red rather than only showing the red at the top and the bottom. I don't know actually. They both work, don't they? Okay, let's have a look at this. So I've got a black hello or a red hello. What do we think? I like the red because then we get 3 lots of red. 1, 2, 3, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 lots of black. So that balances it nicely. Okay. But shall I have a border? That's what I'm thinking. I do quite like it with the border. Black for Catherine. Yeah, I think I am going to trim that down. Just going to take 1/2 centimetre of that. And the same of this, but I'll do it in two goes, so that it's nice and even. Okay, so let's pop this down. So I've got those two that I've stuck together like so. Obviously, if you wanted to be really frugal, you could just have smaller strips with that in the middle if you wanted to save that little bit. But to be honest, in this pack of paper, you get so much that you don't really need to be that frugal at all. Okay, so just adding a hair. As well as the glue. So a thin layer of glue all the way around. So it's going to go onto our Poppy Parade card base. So say make it into one and then it's a lot easier. Like so. Thank you, Sue. Yes, I think it does. It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes you have this idea and then other times you've got to be prepared to change. So I think I'm going to bring this down a little bit. And then this is going to go behind. So I'm going to trim this a little bit. The other reason I've gone for the red is because I have slightly smudged the black hello. Because it's not a water-based ink, it takes longer to dry, and I've just smudged it slightly, so little do you know, that's why I've chosen the red. But also my rule of or the rule of 3, 1, 2, 3 lots of red, 1, 2, 3 lots of black. Just going to work out where to put that. I think so, between those two, I think. Maybe just in front of that one. And I might take just a little bit more off. There we go. So just going to put a little bit of glue on the front of here. Like so. And then position this on the top. Actually, I'm going to use my lines here to help me. Like so. And I'm going to put this flat. There we go. Job done. And I'm just putting it with a little bit of that black line underneath because it sort of grounds it slightly. And there we go. There's our fun little ladybird card. So I think we need a ladybird on the inside. I'm sure I've got another piece of card here. This one here, just cut this down to size. So very cute. So I'll be featuring this one all week with some different designs. Be using the punch as well. Let's give this a little bit of a border. And also showing you that you can make other things other than ladybirds out of this set. As I say, let's stamp this first. Not my original ideas for other things. That's one of the fun things about being a demonstrator is that demonstrators are really good at sharing ideas with each other. So let's ink up our ladybird. So I would say you want a good quality black ink. Okay, so if you're thinking about ordering the ladybird set, just check that you've got an ink pad or refills, because you do want a nice crisp ladybird. Sorry, that's just a little bit off, out of yours. I've moved my camera again, haven't I? That's why. Hey ho. Oh, let's get the right one. So just the infill. So say you could easily colour these in. If you're a fan of colouring, you could literally just take some red alcohol markers. You could watercolour it as well if you use some waterproof ink. And nice and easy to line up. You know, there's a bit to play with. I think I'll put another hello on the inside, and we're done for a Monday morning. There we go. In fact, you could do that on a little square card. That would be so cute for invitations to a children's birthday or something, or a little thank you card from a child. Is to put those on our on 3x3 cards, 3 inches, and that would fit in the in our envelopes. So it's going to cover this ink pad up. And we're done. And just a little after 10:30, so not too bad. I'm trying to keep the these sessions down a little bit, as I noticed my videos were getting longer and longer, and not everybody wants to watch that amount of time. I suppose you could have me in the background like Lynn does. That wouldn't be quite so bad, would it? Okay, and obviously I've got to put a little ladybird on the envelope as well. So there we go. Our fun little ladybird. Her inside. I'll pop one on the envelope. And that is all done. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you've enjoyed that. The pattern papers I used are in the annual catalogue. You can find those in the back section. Let me just show you, make sure I've got the right annual catalogue. And as I say, they're hidden away, so they're on page 171 if you want to check that out. And it's called Patterned Party, and the actual value of it is £29. And you get it for effectively £17, but with your free rewards. So if you ordered £150 of products, you could get that for just, you get 10% of that, so £15, and if that's 17, you just pay £2 for the whole pack. So any questions on that, or if you want to find out how that reward system works, then do let me know. So thank you for joining me this morning. I look forward to crafting with you again tomorrow. So we'll be here tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. So I hope you're able to join me for some more ladybug sessions. thank you everybody. Do take care. It's been a pleasure to have you join me on a Monday morning. If you're watching on catch up or replay, and if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to just comment. I do check those on a regular basis, or you can email me, and I'll answer any questions you may have. I look forward to seeing some of you this afternoon at Coffee and Cards in Toaster, and busy preparing all your class packs this week, ready for our class next Tuesday, and also our class in a box, and all the videos, so watch out for that if you subscribe to that. And that's it for now. Enjoy your week everybody. Look forward to catching up with you soon and crafting with you. Do take care, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, keep crafting. Thanks for watching today. Bye for now.